Megan Hicks of I Run Far. I'm with Camille Bruyas. It's the day after the 2024 Hardrock 100 Endurance Run. You're the second place women's finisher. How does that feel and how does that sound?
Yes, I realized just now because yesterday I was so destroyed and my head was completely tired. But yeah, today I'm okay.
Yeah, the awards have just finished and so you got to be honored for that second place position. Maybe it's starting to sink in a little bit, like how despite your difficulties, you had such a good race. You were second place.
Yeah, it was hard until Maggie to the end, but yeah, the night was hard. It was cold. I was not enough with some clothes to be safe. So yeah, it was super hard. The hardest race I never did for sure. Well, I really want to drop time Maggie and say, okay, I want to stop. But my pacer Marianne said, no, keep going.
Let's backtrack for just a second to the parts of the race where you felt good, the first half. I think you felt really good. You were running so strong and you had big smile on your face for so many miles. Talk us through the parts of the race that you felt good. Like how about, this first climb, the second climb where there were so many people cheering. Tell us about that.
Yeah. The first climb was for me slow and just start slowly. But the second climb, it was amazing because many people are cheering there. And
also cheering there and then watching you off of Grand Slam too.
Yeah, it was scary because this downhill is not super easy. And after I joined Courtney on the next downhill, so it was nice to share some miles with her. And the next uphill to Kruger's Canteen, which for me it's the best place. It's super nice. It's super beautiful, you know. After Telluride, I love this part. So yeah, I was super nice until Telluride, and after 2 Euro it was okay. But after Euro, it was hot, so
hot.
Yeah, you start to have 70k on the legs. Yeah. But with Marianne, we keep going until the night. And this peak, it's super hard because with the altitude, it's hard to eat. And I think I start to eat less and less until Maggie. So I think in Maggie I was no energy, nothing I can eat, nothing. It was cold, so many things go wrong on these points. But now I understand why.
The long section before Maggie, you see crew at Sherman, and then you go into the night for a long time by yourself. And you said you weren't eating enough, and you were out there with not enough. You should have had more clothes, you think?
Yeah.
So you felt like you slowed down, you couldn't generate heat, and you couldn't eat and make energy. So was it just a matter of putting your head down and just going step by step?
Yeah. I just want to finish, so saying okay, step by step to this climb, the downhill. The downhill was super painful for me because I had a stretched quadriceps, but it was okay.
Yeah. So I was at Maggie Gulch when you came in, and the first thing that you wanted to know was the gap to the person behind you. The aid station, gave you an estimate, 2.5 miles, something like that. And then it looked like it was like you thought you would sit down, use some time to get warm, to try to eat and drink.
Yeah.
And then not use all the time, like between you and that woman, but use some of the time to take care of yourself. Is that what happened?
Yeah, Maggie, I just want to, because when you have the crew at the beginning of the race, if you didn't eat too much during your running and racing, it's okay because you have the crew and you can eat more what you want. But when after Sherman, you have a long time where you have to eat in the aid station
on your own.
On your own. So you have to manage this thing. And in Pool Creek, I didn't stop a lot. Maggie is like, I need to stop because it's long.
Yeah.
So
I was impressed with, because it was clear you felt bad, like physically and mentally, but I was impressed at how much you were able to eat. you took a lot of soup and some
Yeah.
chips. Like you still had a stomach. It was, a lot of people at Maggie did not have a stomach anymore.
Yeah, sure. That's why I'm saying, okay, you can't eat, you can eat. So focus on this and keep going.
Yeah. And so you, in Maggie, you were in a chair with a blanket, I don't know, kind of desperate looking. And then all of a sudden you shed the blanket and you marched out of the aid station, just like immediately. It wasn't like now I'm gonna get ready to go. It was you were gone. you were still like committed to the mission.
Yeah, because I was super cold, and if I stay here, I will stay here
I
for
will
a
not
long
live
time.
here.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, when I decided to keep going, it's like, okay, let's go.
There's still 18 miles or 30K from Maggie to the finish.
Yeah.
It became harder for you. It got even harder.
Yeah, it's hard the end because the last climb is super steep, super long, and and the sun comes, so it was hot.
Yeah.
So this race never ending.
You stayed for a break in Cunningham Gulch with your crew to also kind of like Maggie to rest and eat some food, I think.
Yeah, because I couldn't eat while I'm running.
Yeah.
And everything sometimes go outside. So I said in Cunningham I need to eat. I can't go this uphill if I didn't eat, because it could be super hard and you can make many times on this uphill. So that's work. I ate a lot in my Cunningham so I can finish.
Okay. Was there ever a point before the finish line where you were able to, I don't know, breathe a sigh of relief and say, okay, I'm going to make it. I can enjoy a few miles, or was all enjoyment done at that point?
Yeah, I was super slow. I was walking with my friends. So I said it just before the finish. Okay, it's okay. You can enjoy people, and we can speak. So it was fun and it was okay. But in my mind, I was completely destroyed and more negative, I think. But today I understand more what I did. But yesterday I was just, I'm super shit. I'm super bad. I'm super slow. But when you are in this mood, it's hard to disconnect when you're super tired and you didn't sleep.
I think it's like our nature to recognize the things that we do poorly before we recognize the things that we do well. But to run 29 and a half hours at Hardrock with so many difficulties, that's a very good time and that's a very good performance. So I hope with some time you can recognize that. You have been here, you came here, you did soft rock, you adjusted to the altitude, you did Hardrock one time. Do you feel like you would, now that you've learned it, do you feel like you might want to come back and try again and try to figure it out? Yeah,
maybe. And it's interesting here because 1 year is in one side and the other loop. So maybe, why not?
Last question for you. Do you have other races or plans or adventures for this year, or are you just going into rest mode now?
Maybe adventure, but no races.
Anything fun to talk about?
Yeah, no, not fun, but around house. And some trails I want to go, some challenge and adventure with friends. So first during the summer will be that. Maybe one race, but a shorter one for sure at the end of the year, because 100 miles for me, it's a lot. It's hard. Yeah, you have to recover mentally. Physical, it's okay, but mentally you need to be back with strong energy.
So maybe we see you at something in the fall.
Yeah.
Depending on the recovery.
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations to you on your first Hardrock finish, and congratulations on your second place.
Thank you, Megan.